my good people, welcome to the Mind Talk Show. My name is Lynn. I'm mentor wellness coach. Welcome to those people who are joining us. If you are seeing this video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you are returning, thank you so much for the support. Continue supporting me. In today's video, I am going to talk about how to cope with the separation or divorce. These things are happening, guys, and you are not an exceptional. They are happening to very many people, and at some point they can't comprehend. They can't know. They don't even know. They don't even realize that they are going through this. But this is something that can happen to anybody. It's not specific people whom they happen to. And the important thing is to know how to handle yourself during this time of separation or divorce. An important thing is to know how to support your children during this time that they will miss their father or their mother, and vice versa. How do you go about it? What are the kind of things you do that will carry you through, that will push you through until you get to the end of this situation? So what I know for sure, coping with the separation or divorce can be very, very difficult. No matter the reason that makes you maybe to separate, but it is usually a very hard decision. It's usually a very tough decision to make. So whatever happens, the ups and downs should not hinder you from, doing your things normally. Because many people have gone down. I've seen many friends who have gone down because of this situation. They can't handle it. They get into a point where they are depressed because of what they have gone through, the separation or divorce. So it is something that we need to take up, guys. It is something that is making us mentally ill. Yes, it's bringing a lot of anguish and struggles to many families. So let us take this topic very seriously, guys. If you hear this information and you need to share with anybody you know who is struggling with divorce or separation from their loved ones or one-time loved ones, you should give this kind of information to them. So there are certain things that you do or that you can do that will get you through the divorce or separation that you're going through. One of the things is, one, recognize that it is okay to have a different feelings. It is okay to have different feelings. Like, for example, it's okay to feel very angry, very sad, very exhausted, very frustrated, and very confused. These are just normal reactions to whatever that is happening. It's very okay for you to be in denial for the longest time you can imagine of. It is very normal. So it is good for you to recognize that you will have these different feelings, these different thoughts. You will have them, which is very, very normal. Feelings of anxious about the future. Try to accept these kind of feelings, because the moment you don't accept these kind of feelings, then you will dwell in this confusion for the longest time. But the moment you feel these feelings of anxious about the future, how is the future going to be now that I'm separated from my wife? How is the future going to be for my children? How is my future as a person going to be? It is good for you to feel this way. It is good for you to plan. It's good for you to accept this kind of feelings, because this kind of feelings will make you strong. They will make you know what next. If you don't feel these feelings, then you have a problem. You do have a problem, I'm telling you. Give yourself a break. If you're working, remember, you cannot behave normally. You cannot assume that things are normal. You are not a rock, I'm telling you. So you need to give yourself time out of your duties, If you're working, you can give yourself a break. You can seek for an off leaves so that you can go and, try to align your things in order. It is good for you to have this break. It's good for you to have a break from your children, because remember, you're very angered. Most of the time you will be sad. Most of the time you'll be angry. Most of the time you'll feel exhausted because of the kind of feelings, the kind of thoughts that you have in your mind. So you need to get out of even your children. You can ask someone, a friend, or a relative, to come and stay with your children as you go somewhere and heal yourself, or accept the reality. Because this is not something that comes and goes. Yeah, I've seen nowadays things are, I don't know whether they are easier, or I don't know, or people are used to it. But I've seen people, like, they are divorcing just like that. It's coming. It's a lot of it. People are doing a lot of separation. People are doing a lot of divorce nowadays. It's like it's the order of the day. It's like, if I'm tired with you, you just get off, and life goes back to normal. You've seen even these things happening to social medias. Those people who are portrayed to be the perfect family, perfect marriage, perfect couples, they are breaking up, and you wonder, wow, what's going on? Nowadays, especially when we live these economic times that we live in, that is so hard to get money. People are divorcing left, right, and center. People are calling off relationships. I'm telling you, if you didn't know, now you know. That is according to statistics. People are calling off relationship because they cannot keep people. They cannot keep families. They cannot keep this and that, It's getting worse each and every day. It's getting very, very worse. So you know what? What is happening is that people are calling off marriages because of what is happening. There's no money, so why should I have a family? But I'm not saying it, I'm not encouraging people to do it, but I'm saying these things are happening. So it's good for you to know how to take care of yourself once this thing happened to you. Because once someone said, you will not know the pain of something, of losing something, until you lose it. So wait until it's in your house. Wait until it's in your home. That is when you will start verbalizing and, imagining how things will be. So it's better you know them earlier. And of course, they are usually tell signs. They are usually red flags that people ignore a lot. Someone has beaten you before even you do a marriage, or before even you get married, or before even your wedding, and you're going forward, you're marrying these people. Desperation, I don't know. I can't call it desperation. I can't judge. I'm not here as a judge, but I'm here to tell you the reality, the way things are, so that you can move on to the next level, so that you are not stuck in that separation. You are not glued there. You cannot even see your future without these people. Okay? After giving yourself a break, don't go through this alone. Remember, a problem shared is half solved. Share this problem with your best person. Share this problem with if your parents are okay with that, share with them. Tell them the current situation so that they are not shocked when you're going to tell them. Share them with your friend. There is that one friend that you trust so much. Walk to them, tell them, these things are not happening. This is what is it. This is the decision that we have made as a family, and this is it. Don't die alone. Remember, a problem shared is a half solved. It's only that nowadays things are awkward. Things are upside down. You tell someone something, that is their next. It's like what they are working on. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. So take care of yourself emotionally, physically, and of course spiritually. During this time, you need to take care of yourself physically, because if you don't take care of yourself physically, definitely you're going to get sick. If you don't take care of yourself emotionally, you're going to get depressed, you're going to get stressed, and these are mental illnesses we are talking about. If you don't shower, you don't change clothes, you're going to get yourself into a problem. You're going to get yourself into a problem, into a fight or something like that. So take care of yourself, even spiritually. Nourish yourself with the word of God. Go deeper into the word of God. Read your Bible. Pray. Things will happen. If you believe God exists, that is upon you. Now, at this particular point, avoid making major decisions, major changes in your life. Avoid. Any plan that you have, for example, you wanted to relocate from this place to another place, don't do it, because you're not in your straight mind to make such kind of decisions. If you are making decisions of changing your children's schools, don't do it. Especially things to do with relocation, don't do it, because you're not in your right frame of mind to do such kind of decisions for your children or for yourself. So heal first, then you will do this later. Avoid arguments as much as you can. Avoid meeting with those people you have a fight with and quarreling with them. That is your partner. If you have called it a day, you're saying it's a separation and you're comfortable with it, let it be. Don't get yourself into arguments, because this will put more pressure on you and you will not reason normally. You will have to, you will get yourself into a more hard situation. For example, depression. You will get yourself into depression, which is not going to be good. Now, reconnect with things. Try to reconnect with things that you loved. If you loved playing, if you loved, any kind of hobbies that you liked, if you like reading, do it. If you liked this swimming, you do it. Whatever that makes you good, whatever that makes you happy, you can revisit and do it. It will ease the tension, the situation, okay? Now, I want to give you tips, because many a times when we parents are going through depression, are going through divorce and separation, we leave our children out. And you know what this does to them? It will render them into a mental illness. And this is where we make the greatest mistake. You think that you are the only one who is being pressured. You're the only one who is going through this. You don't want to involve your children. You're making a mistake. So I want to give you tips on how you handle you talk to your kids about separation or divorce as a parent. Number one, reassure and listen to them. Reassure them that even though things have gone the way they have gone, even though they are not going to see their father, or they are not going to live with their mother, you are still there for them. They can talk to you anything. Their father is also there for them. Their mother is also there for them. Reassure them. Try to reassure them. This one, even it's recommended you reassure them when you are both of you. You are the husband and the wife who are tending to, or who are planning to divorce. You reassure them that if you have any problem, you are not the problem. Nothing changes between you and us. Reassure your children that you're going to be there for them and you're going to stand for them. It doesn't matter the situation. The situation is not their mistake. Maintain a stable and routines. If the children were, for example, okay, some things might change. For example, if you're co-parenting, the other parent want to take the children and go stay with them, their eating time might change a little bit, because it depends on the time they will come back. You see? So, but you have to talk about it. You have to talk about the major changes that are going to happen. Example, you're not going to live with their father and their mother. You're not going to live with their father or their mother in the same house, but they are at liberty to visit their mother or their father at any time they want to. They can talk to them, they can call, they can have a chat, as usual. There's nothing that is going to change between you parents and the children. This is what you should tell them. But the routines of eating, the routines of going to school, everything that used to happen at a certain time, it should continue happening. Okay? Offer consistent discipline, because you find children at this level, if they know their dad is not around, they'll start joking around with you, if you're a mother, a lady. And this is what you don't want. Continue maintaining that discipline. If things get out of your hand, talk to your other partner about it. Remember, you're still together because of the children. As much as you're separated, you're separating the houses, but you're still together in so many decisions that you're making in regard to your children. So let them know that the children are not respectful of the fact that they should do things at a certain manner, and this is how it has been. Let them know so that you can put your hands together to help your children together. Let your children know that they care, they can rely on you. This is reassuring, actually. make and keep realistic promises. Don't promise things that you cannot deliver. Parents, this is where we make a very, very greatest mistake in our lives, because you make promises that you can never ever deliver. Why should you make mistakes? Why should you make promises that you cannot deliver? You know that you don't have money. You are promising your children to shift from that house to another. You are promising your children to take them from that school to another, and you know you don't have money. You are promising your children that they will eat this and that, which you don't have money for. Don't make promises that you can never ever. As much as you want to look good, as much as you want to win them to your side, remember there is that tussle that happens between parents. You want the children to go to your side. This other parent wants the children to go to the other side. So you are pulling and pushing, pulling and pushing. But at the end of the day, you're pulling and pushing your children away from both of you. Because number one, you're making promises that you cannot render. You're making promises that you cannot deliver, which is a mistake. The biggest mistake you can do, or the worst mistake, if you can call it like that. Don't involve your children in the conflict. Remember, children are very innocent. They don't know what has happened. They don't know what's going on. In fact, they don't know where you started and where you're going. They don't know. Whatever it is that made you to separate, whatever it is that made you to divorce, they don't understand. So even when you're talking to them, tell them, speak to them in a language that they can understand. You don't have to go to deeper details. You don't have to spoil the name of the other partner. You don't have to intoxicate your children with toxins. Leave your children out of your conflicts. You, both of you, you know what is happening. You know what happened. You know that you are not maybe compatible and all that. Just don't argue or talk negatively about the other parents in front of your children. This is something that we should, because I've seen so many parents, when they divorce, they talk ill of the other parent. Oh, your dad was this and that. Oh, your mom was this and that. Oh, your mom is this and that. Hello? Don't do that. It's a bad thing. It's a very, very awkward thing to do. Don't do it. If you don't have something to tell them, just tell them that, okay, me and your dad, we found that we are not compatible. We cannot live together. And that is why we have separated. Just be simple. Tell them straight to the point. Don't beat around the bush. Oh, you know your dad did this. Even when it is infidelity that made you to separate or divorce, don't let your children know about that. You don't have to let your children know about their father's whatever actions or their mother's actions. It's quite unfortunate that you're doing that as a parent, because you're supposed to protect your children. Your children should be at the best interest of your heart. This is what is happening. So I'm very sorry for those people who are going through divorce or separation. I know it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing that you can ever think of. It's the hardest thing that can weigh you down, that can tear you down. But these things are happening nowadays. They are happening. They are there with us. It's only that you should understand how to manage yourself, how to take care of yourself, especially physically, emotionally, and of course spiritually. If you align yourself into this, you're good to go. This is the message I had for today. From myself, bye-bye.